Finn, why are you smiling? Stop. There's nothing to smile about. You just lost another match, man. Finn, you're kind of staring off into the distance. Stop smiling, man. Finn, you're booked in a program with Baron Corbin based on your height. Finn's Funhouse is not a thing. Finn, stop smiling. There's no Finn, this time last year you were booked to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam and it didn't happen because you weren't over enough. Stop smiling. There's no reason to... Finn, the last time you touched championship gold was your 24-hour reign as the Universal Champion like 3 years ago. There's no... Stop smiling. Can you please stop? Seth Rollins re-debuted the curb stomp on you. Can you... There's no... Will you stop smiling? Stop smiling! There's no reason... Finn! Finn, do you even care? Stop smiling! Where is the demon? Where is he?
Finally, the Rob has come back to Storyline Storytime. Did you miss me? Now, today, we're going to be talking about how to save Finn Balor. Now, if you're not familiar with Finn Balor before the WWE and before NXT, let me give you a little history lesson. Prince freaking Devitt. Are you kidding me? He is the founder and the creator of the Bullet Club, which is still today running strong. I mean, this guy had so much talent. He was so good on the mic. Promos, backstage segments, the Too Sweet, all of it put together. And you had the real shooter, Prince Devitt, turned to Finn Balor. And he had the Demon King with him. Now, it's a shame that it hasn't really been fleshed out and explored in the WWE on the main roster, this Demon King. So I think if we're going to really put Finn Balor back on the track to success, what we have to do is revamp his whole character. We need to get him off life support and really put some more life back into Finn Balor. And the way to do that is easy. I know Vince McMahon is of the opinion that the Demon King should only make very rare appearances. And to a certain extent, I kind of agree with that. But if we're going to do a revamp of Finn Balor's character, we're going to need the Demon around a little bit more often, just at the beginning, and then we can move gradually in to having the Demon King only show up for special occasions. Now, the first thing I would do is I would book Finn Balor to go up against maybe somebody like Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Now, I'm filming this right now. I don't know how much longer Dolph Ziggler will be holding the Intercontinental Championship because we all know how the WWE love to give it and take it away when it comes to pushes. But in the event that he is still the Intercontinental Champion, I think it would be best for the Intercontinental Championship. However, if he is not the Intercontinental Champion at the time that this video comes out, then I still think the rivalry would work without it. Having said that, let's jump right into it. This is what I would have happen. I would book Finn Balor to continue to lose. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of the people who is of the belief that booking a wrestler on a long losing streak could somehow gain them credibility or sympathy. I never liked those storylines. But in this case, I think I'll make an exception. You book Finn Balor to do exactly what he's doing right now. Have great matches, but lose. And lose. And lose. Only for about maybe 1 or 2 months. You have Finn Balor lose, and all the while, he continues to do what he's been doing. Smiling. Pointlessly. Now, I understand Finn Balor has been sort of positioned as this guy who's just carefree, always smiling. Finn Balor, Balor Club for everyone, yay! Because WWE has clearly forgotten how well that always goes over when you have a clean, squeaky clean babyface who just smiles all the time. Rocky Maivia. So this is what you do. Since they're already doing it anyway, let's make it make sense. Have Finn Balor continue to do that for about 1 or 2 months. Have him lose and keep smiling. Have him lose again and keep smiling. Have him lose one more time and keep smiling. Each time he gets closer and closer to winning these matches. And each time he loses, that smile fades just a little bit more and more. Until finally, you get a backstage segment or some kind of WWE exclusive interview where Finn Balor is just kind of staring off into the distance. Still smiling, but not all the way. And not answer the questions. Next thing you know, Renee Young's starting to ask herself, and the WWE Universe is starting to ask themselves, what's up with Finn? Finally, enter Dolph Ziggler. Somehow, some way, Finn Balor manages to get himself an Intercontinental Championship. So, preferably, you start with giving Finn Balor an Intercontinental Championship match on Raw. It seems like it's just another throwaway match. They have a great match. Now, the reason I picked Dolph Ziggler is because though maybe the character of Dolph Ziggler and Finn Balor might be up in the air sometimes or not completely over, I think we all can agree that they can both put on a damn good match. And that's what we need. A damn good match on Raw. Give them 15 to 20 minutes like the good old days and have them just go at it. Have Finn come very, very close to winning the Intercontinental Championship or just the match. Have Dolph Ziggler, with either outside interference, Drew McIntyre, or some dirty heel tactic, win the match just barely. Finn is still smiling, walking to the back, but that smile is now almost completely gone. Next thing you know, we start to enter the demon. Dolph Ziggler is making fun. He's throwing shots, throwing shade left and right at Finn Balor and at the state of Finn Balor's career. Now Finn can take this, but we start to see slowly the curtain get pulled back and the demon come back into the fold. We turn the Demon King into not only just some motivational, body painted up, extra persona of Finn Balor's, we turn it into almost a split personality. The reason why Finn is always smiling, the reason why he's always happy-go-lucky, Finn Balor, Balor Club for everybody, yay! It's because it's been discovered that Finn Balor does not know how to accept failure, how to deal with failure, or anger, or rage. And so, all those bad thoughts, they split off. And that is what created the Demon King persona. So now, you've got this split personality which offers a perfect and really unique opportunity to not create a heel or a face, or not even a tweener. You have an opportunity to have somebody play the role of a face, credibly and believably, and with his split personality, the Demon King, a full-blown heel. Sounds complicated, but this is how you pull it off. You have Dolph Ziggler play his heel role up to the max. You have him throw shots and shade, make fun, provoke Finn Balor time and time again until Finn Balor finally breaks down. Not broken like Matt Hardy, and we'll get to that, but has a sort of break. He leaves an interview, leaves the ring, doesn't say goodbye, doesn't say anything to anyone. He just gets in his car and drives off. The next week, Dolph Ziggler's running his mouth again, talking about how he's the best and how Finn Balor just can't measure up. Next thing you know, the Demon King makes his appearance. And what does he do? He's the bad side of Finn Balor. He's all that rage and aggression and anger from Finn Balor pent up. He is essentially the guy that does the dirty work for Finn Balor. Finn Balor checks out, Demon King checks in. And how you really solidify the Demon King being badass and a heel or a tweener at best. You have the Demon King always go one step too far. You have him dominate and brutalize people when he sneak attacks them with chairs, kendo sticks, whatever he can get his hands on. You have him beat the ever-loving hell out of Dolph Ziggler. The crowd goes crazy, and the Demon King doesn't even acknowledge him. He leaves. Now, the next week, Finn Balor is questioned in his next interview about why his attack on Dolph Ziggler was so brutal. Was he finally pushed over the edge? And Finn Balor has no idea what they're talking about. What? You have either Finn Balor accept another match with Dolph Ziggler, or you have the Demon King accept a match with Dolph Ziggler at a pay-per-view, a nice mid-card match, and you have the Demon King win. After a good match, but credibly. And you keep doing this. And it will work Guaranteed. You have this split personality dynamic. Babyface Finn, when things go too wrong, he checks out and the Demon King checks in. Now, you move on to another rivalry, and another good talker, someone great on the stick who this could really work well with, is maybe Kevin Owens. Now, what you would do is you build up some sort of match where it'd be the end of a tournament, maybe King of the Ring. Please bring back King of the Ring. That was awesome, and we could use it. But you have Finn Balor and Kevin Owens end up in some situation where the stakes are a little bit higher than normal, maybe a number 1 contender match for the Intercontinental Championship, maybe for the number 30 position in the Royal Rumble, maybe a King of the Ring final, or maybe it's just for the last spot of a Survivor Series team. Whatever the case may be, the stakes have to be a little bit higher than normal. You have this high stakes match with Kevin Owens and Finn Balor. Finn Balor, his plan is to wrestle up until that big matchup as Finn Balor. But as a logical person, thinking logically, if you know you've got a demon in your back pocket, if you know that he's virtually undefeated, as the only person up to date that's defeated the Demon King has been Samoa Joe, and that was in NXT, technically on the main roster you can keep him undefeated for a time. So you have people tell Finn, advise Finn, maybe you need to use the demon when you go into this big finals match or this big number 1 contender match. So what do? You have Finn Balor show up as the Demon King for this big matchup against Kevin Owens or someone like Kevin Owens. And you have them have an amazing match. But once again, the Demon King wins. And he wins convincingly. How does this feud continue? You maybe have Kevin Owens screw him out of that opportunity that he just earned. Make him lose. Get him disqualified. Whatever the case may be. And you have Kevin Owens start to taunt Finn Balor. You have him come out and you have him say, "Oh, that was great. That was great, Finn. Hey, congratulations on your win." Or actually, you didn't win. No, Finn. You didn't beat me. The Demon King beat me. Yeah. No. See, you didn't beat me. The Demon King beat me because you know what, Finn? You can't beat me. But big brother, the monster, the devil on your back, yeah, there's no denying. He's virtually unbeatable. He's an unstoppable force. He's amazing. But regular old Finn Balor, well, he hasn't really done much of anything lately, has he? And you have that be the storyline for at least 1 or maybe 2 more great matches. Now, because this is pissing off Finn Balor, slowly the demon's whispering in his ear, let me take care of this. Let me take care of this. I want to fight Kevin Owens. But Finn Balor knows that he can't let the Demon King beat Kevin Owens again, because the question will still remain, can Finn Balor beat Kevin Owens as himself? Can Finn Balor really win the big one as himself? And you have him doubt himself. That is great storytelling. Build that up. And then, either way you choose to go with it, you could either have the Demon King show up again, beat the crap out of Kevin Owens, and win again, and then have Kevin Owens come out and claim that he was right all along. Finn knew he couldn't beat Kevin. That's why he sent the demon after him yet again. And then you have them have that big blowout match. Or you could go the other way, and you can have Finn Balor have his Teen Wolf moment where he decides to do it as himself. And either he wins, and everyone says, okay, Finn Balor can win the big one, and Finn Balor can boast, I can win the big one. I don't need the demon. The demon needs me. That's a terrible Irish accent, and I apologize for it. But you have it go that way, or you have Finn Balor show up as himself and lose, and have the demon be exactly that, in which haunts Finn Balor from match to match. Finn starts to doubt himself even more. Can he win a match by himself, or does he really need the demon? I just gave you 2 ways. That's about 4 to 5 months of storyline to keep Finn Balor alive and reinvigorated, rejuvenated, the audience engaged. It gives the mid-card something to display on Monday Night Raw outside of Seth Rollins, and that's not a knock to Seth. Seth has been absolutely killing it. but there's only so many Seth Rollins Dolph Ziggler matches you can actually have before they get out of control. Plus, Seth definitely needs to get that bump back up to the main event soon. Finn Balor and the Demon King. And I'll do you one better. We'll go one step further. There's so many opponents that he can go against, like Bray Wyatt, if you booked it correctly, WWE, and not have Bray Wyatt cross-dressing with a black veil over his face, like a knockoff version of Insidious 2. Yeah. You could do so much cool things. You could have him have a run-in with Matt Hardy, have Matt Hardy turn heel, and then have maybe Finn Balor beat him in a straight-up match, and Matt Hardy not be satisfied with that. Have Matt Hardy say, "I've had Finn Balor, but I've heard that the Demon is wonderful." And then you have Finn Balor show up as the Demon King against Matt Hardy. Obviously, Matt Hardy loses that match. And then you have Matt Hardy become obsessed with the Demon King. He wants to face him again. He needs him. But Finn doesn't exactly want to let the Demon King out because the Demon King is bad. He's ruthless. He's aggressive. He always goes too far. He draws blood, breaks tables, breaks rules. Has absolutely no regard for anybody else. And that's not who Finn Balor at heart really is. And that's where that conflict always comes in. Finn is the face, the Demon King is the heel. And you have Matt Hardy threaten to delete the Demon once and for all. That could be fun to watch. And of course, and this is kind of a wild card, but I think it could still also work just as well. You maybe have Finn Balor form a tag team with somebody and then have them win the tag team championships, have sort of a run, and then have the tag team partner at some point either make a joke or have some third party make an offhand comment about how the tag team partner is carrying Finn Balor in that team, and then have the Demon get pissed off about that and attack his tag team partner. At some point, screwing them out of the tag team championships. The tag team partner wants to rip Finn Balor's head off, but guess what? Finn Balor, "Oh, it wasn't me, it was the Demon King." Quick, cool, thrown together idea that you could do is you can take one of the women superstars that's not really doing too much on the roster at the time, maybe somebody like Sasha Banks or Bayley, and you could put them together with Finn for maybe a sort of, kind of subtle romantic storyline where Finn and they become closer and start to get a little bit more romantically linked, and the Demon King starts to sabotage this because either the Demon King is selfish and jealous and he wants to keep Finn Balor for himself. He decides if Finn Balor finds true love or not. Or, even better, you have the Demon King become obsessed with the girl that Finn Balor starts seeing. So he starts stalking and doing horrifyingly terrifying things to that girl. And that breaks up the relationship. That could also be somewhat interesting. These are all great ideas. Creative ideas to sort of get Finn Balor back on track. We can do something cool like the Royal Rumble. You can have him have 2 entrances, 2 spots in the Rumble. He starts as Finn Balor. He gets eliminated maybe by dirty tactics. He comes back later in the match, pissed off as the Demon King. That's awesome. Or better yet, you can have him just have the one entrance spot, have him get eliminated as Finn Balor. He comes back maybe 10, 15 minutes later, pissed off at the guy who cheated and threw him out. And you have him come back as the Demon King and eliminate the guy that eliminated him. That sets up for a great Fastlane or WrestleMania match where Finn Balor makes it to the main card, not in some multi-man match that he's going to lose and most likely be forgotten about it. Now, I think you put all this together and you have a great, sound, coherent plan on how to get Finn Balor back on track, how to get the Demon King even more over than he already is, some interesting storytelling, audience engagement, and, hell, take my money now. I would love to see Finn Balor at some point cut a promo on himself about how the Demon King is the one that should be full-time, how the Demon King is the one that always saves Finn's ass, how the Demon King sees Finn as just a little man, a small, weak child. And if it weren't so, why would Finn have broken off a part of his personality to create the demon? I mean, think M. Night Shyamalan's movie Split, but a lot less convoluted, a lot less complicated. Still a great movie though. A lot less complicated. 1, extra personality. Sort of like the Beast. In Split, you have the Demon King. Put all that together and stick a fork in it because it's done. And I think that, my friends, is how you save Finn Balor. Thank you again for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. Make sure to smash that like button. Drop an elbow on it. Comment, subscribe, debate me if you disagree. Tell me your ideas of what you want to see and what kind of videos I should make, who I should save, how I should book something, or we can just go ahead and argue and talk about wrestling all day long, because that's what I love to do when I'm not at work. So, thanks again for watching. Make sure to tell your family, your friends, all about Storyline Storytime with Rob or Roman. And we out.